Good morning, friends. Welcome to my thrifted home. My name is Dusti, and we're on our way to an estate sale. And yes, it's still dark out. It's actually 5:28. Whew. I don't know about any of y'all, but the time change is kicking my rear. The waking up is a little bit challenging, but the going to bed is even more challenging because I'm just not tired when I should be tired to go to bed. But hopefully it'll adjust soon. I mean, it's only been a week. Oh my word. But anyway, we're on our way to an estate sale, and it's not a Carolina Let's Get Organized. It's not. They aren't having one this week. There's several this week. L&M, Paul Blake, Howie and Huggins. I love that one. It sounds like two bulldogs. And then the one I'm actually going to, I think, is Melissa's Closet. I don't know. It's one I don't know that I've been to before. And this one is outside Sanford. It's not actually in Sanford. When I looked at it on the map, it's outside of Sanford, but it has a Sanford address. So it's got several vintage things, and the garage looks full of some interesting things I really want to see. So it's got some of those, I can't think of what they're called. Penny knew when I was talking to her and showed the pictures, but they're little glass, I want to call them conductors, but I don't know if that's what they are, that go along, like used to go along the old power lines. So there's some of those. There's a fan, there's a quilt, there's dishes, there's silver, there's a Bible, there's a few tchotchkes. There's just a number of things that are picked up my interest, and I'd like to see if I want them or not. There wasn't really any other sales that spoke to me this week. L&M was having a huge bougie one with all the name brands, Gucci, Ralph Lauren, I don't even know. I'm not a name brand person. Don't get me wrong, if I run across one and it's inexpensive and I like it, cool. But most of them, I don't even like the styles, so I could care less what the name is. For me, it's all about, do I like it or not? If I don't like it, I don't care what the brand is. So, and what I like is that I'm a magpie, and I love vintage junk. So, let's see what we get into. Well, here I sit and wait. I got here about 6:15, and there were two cars here, and one of them's a truck, and I'm wondering if it's Harry. I don't recognize the car next to me, but it was a lady, and the three workers just arrived and have been doing some stuff in the garage, which is the first room I want to go into because it looks like it has the most stuff I want. And we still have about 40 minutes to go, and there's just three of us. Wouldn't it be awesome if that's all there was in the beginning and we could just have all that time to ourselves to look in the house? That'd be marvelous. Love it. Thought I'd share some of the drive home out here in, I guess, central North Carolina. Because we went to Sanford and went through Broadway, which I don't know that I'd ever heard of. Had to stop and get gas there. Cute small town, know nothing about it. But I love the landscape through here. I love it. With all the trees, and you can see all the purple flowers. That's nettle. Nettle is supposed to be a really good herb for you for medicinal purposes and health. I don't know exactly what. I need to look it up. We have some in our yard, and I told Darren I wanted to pick it and see if I could make jam out of it like I do dandelion jam. So I need to be doing that before he either sprays or mows the yard, and I lose all my nettle. But at the same time, the last time I was out there, the bees were enjoying it, and I really hated to take it from them. So we'll see. But you can see also how this was dark when I was coming here, and it's 2 lane. It was a little bit creepy. And then I made the mistake of listening to true crime, which made it even creepier. So note to self, when I'm going on these little 2-lane highway journeys, don't listen to to true crime. Well, hi friends, welcome back to my thrifted home. My name is Dusty. If you saw the beginning, went to an estate sale outside Sanford. It's probably about 10 minutes outside of Sanford. 2-lane highway, out in the boonies, as my mom would say. But it was a wonderful vintage sale. I mean, so many awesome vintage things and great prices. Not a huge haul, but a fantastic vintage haul, just the same. The pieces I found I love. Got there at about 6:15, and I need to learn this when it comes to Southern Pine, Sanford, and Pinehurst. That you only need to be there about an hour beforehand because nobody shows up. Because I got there at 6:15. Granted, there were already 2 other cars waiting there in front of me, and we all parked and sat in our cars, and I thought maybe one was Harry, but it turns out it was not Harry. And there was really nobody there I recognized. There's several sales this week, yesterday, today, tomorrow. And I have a feeling people are at the other ones because they're more bougie, upscale, which I'm about vintage junk. So anyway, there were 2 people waiting and me, and we just sat in our cars. And we sat there. I even snoozed a little. I mean, it's dark outside. The cell reception wasn't the greatest, so that was a little scary-ish. But, you know, I locked my car. So waited, and it wasn't until 20 till 8, when it opens at 8, that another car showed up. So then there was only 4 of us until about 5 minutes till. And then at that point, another car started to pull up, and I'm like, you know what? I'm getting out, because none of us had gotten out at that point. And I'm like, I'm getting out. I want to preserve my spot, so to speak. So I get out. The other 2 people in the cars beside me got out, and I guess there was a couple in the car that had pulled up after me. So now there were 5 of us, and then the other car parked, and those 2 people got out. So at that point, they opened the garage, and they just said, go ahead, come on in. And there was only 7 of us. And there was probably 2 to 5 more that had just pulled up and were walking up. So there wasn't a large crowd. There wasn't a lot of people in the house. And it was wonderful. It was wonderful to shop that way and not have tons and tons of people. So let's get into the haul. And all these items are either for me, Penny, or Haley, because it was just that type of sale. I had such a big sale last week of putting things into my shop that this week I was just having some fun and shopping for me. So, and if there was anything I wasn't interested in, it would go into the shop. And that's kind of how it is anyway. Like when I get new items, maybe I replace something I already have, and so something I already have goes into the shop. So you just never know if any of this stuff may down the road end up in the shop. You never know. That's why you got to check the shop, because you never know what I'm going to put in there. And right now, for March, if you use Spring Clean, the code, you get 25% off. So, and all that stuff is in the description. But let's get into the haul. I'm going to start with this stuff. Well, let's start with this one first. This nice big jug, which I have seen them before, but they have not been reasonable. And this one was actually $20, and so I got it for Haley because she wants to put the word honey on it, the HUNNY, like Winnie the Pooh, so she can have a honey jug. So we'll see where she ends up putting this in the apartment. I'm thinking maybe up above one of her cupboards would be cool. So this is for Haley. And then Penny, Aunt Penny from Kayla's Aunt Penny from Little Cahabla Junkin claimed this stuff. So she's getting this cute little, I don't know if it's chalkware or plaster or Paris or whatever, but this cute little sheep. And then this wooden deer. Thought it would be amazing in the fall. So she's got that. Then we got this wonderful pocket watch. It is West Clock Scotty, maybe? Shock resistant. But I don't know if it's marked on the back. Nope. But I thought that was cool. So she's getting a nice pocket watch. And then we have this one. It actually does like have a hunting scene on it. But this nice pocket watch. And it says Unitron. So, and it's got its clip. So that's nice pocket watch. And then this awesome copper kettle. The knob's loose, but I think it's going to just be for display for her. But with the blue and white, oh my gosh, awesome copper pot. I think if she had said no, it would have went to the shop, or I might have kept it for decor. You don't know, because it is beautiful. I do love the old tarnished copper, because you know tarnish is my favorite color. Then the rest of this haul is my stuff. So I got this beautiful doily. It does have some staining on it, so I'm going to run it through delicate and see what happens, if I can get it to come a little cleaner. And then I thought this one was beautiful. Nice round one. I found myself another rolling pin. It does look like the ends must have been red. So, but I'll be adding that to my collection. Then I found this bracelet, and it's marked Trifari. I don't know if you can see that with, I don't know if it's like bakelite, but definitely rhinestone. I love it. I just think it's so beautiful. They did have some other jewelry. They had a rhinestone necklace, and I kind of wish I'd bought it now. I wouldn't wear it, but I don't know what I would put it in. It'd probably have ended up in my shop, but it is what it is. Then I found this cute little watering can that I'm going to put on the patio. How fun is that? Isn't that so cute? I don't even remember seeing it in the pictures. Then I did see this in the pictures, which I can use next year for Valentine's Day. I mean, Hershey chocolate, chocoholic. Hey, perfect. And then our drinking glasses, I like to have a variety of drinking glasses. Like, none of them match, and I like it that way. Because I'm a magpie, and I like things to have variety. And I broke one recently, and it was just, I think, like from the Dollar General. So I wasn't heartbroken over it, but now I'm down a glass. So I found this one. And this one looks like something from the 50s and 60s, that mid-century modern. It's pretty fun, and I like it. And hey, it was $1. I mean, every time I hear that, I just think of that commercial. Got yourself $1. Then I found this vintage pill box. And I know it looks like part of the pattern's off, but I don't even care. I just think it's really pretty. And I love the shape and size and the detail on the corners. And I will happily display it. Then I got this little hen on a nest. And it must have been for jelly or something, because there's like a little hole where her butt would be. So I'm assuming a spoon went there. On the bottom it says Yukago Ceramics Japan. But yeah, I love her. I think she's so cool. And definitely something my mama would have liked. My mama collected hens and roosters, so she would have loved it. And then Penny pointed this out in the pictures, because I didn't even realize. Old thing for, I don't know if you can see them, the clothespins. And I do have a clothes rack. I like to hang mine outside in the weather when it's nice. So this will be perfect. And I already have some clothespins, so I'll just add more to it. I just got to figure out where I'm going to put it, because it is heavy and I don't want to wear down my string. So I'll be figuring that out. But I love this. I'm wondering if somebody made it, but super cool. And then I got 2 quilts. They were only $12, which I find amazing. But there's this one, which this one has the most wear on it. If I can show some of the patterns, like you can see up here is a little bit of wear and tear. But my plan is to put it on the patio. So since it's outside, you know, I don't care if it's going to get a little bit more weathered than it already is. So there's that one. And then there's this one, which is in better condition, and I'm going to leave this one in the house. But let's see, there's a pattern on here that to me dates it from maybe the 50s. See if I can find a good picture of it. There it is. So there's some of these squares, and I just thought it was so cool because look, Davy Crockett. And that's got to be what, 50s, 60s? Help me out. When was Davy Crockett a big deal? But that to me dates some of the fabric on it. Even the fabric on the back is beautiful. I love it. So for $12 a piece, can't beat that. Then there's two more items, but which were to me the whole reason I wanted to go is I know Ironstone is a huge thing, you know, finding Ironstone pitchers or creamers or plates or dishes or anything like that. The only thing is I like detail, I like ornate, I like pattern. So some of the Ironstone I know is just smooth, simple lines, and I didn't want that. I wanted something that had pizzazz to it because that's just how I am. So, and I didn't honestly see a lot of Ironstone. I think because of the craze, like so many people have the Ironstone or collecting it or getting it, so it's not out there in the wild as much. And finally, I saw one. And today I saw it and I could afford it, and it totally, there's the stamp, and look at the detail. The detailing, the pattern. I mean, isn't it just beautiful? I absolutely love it. I don't see a lot of crazing on it, but I don't know. I think it's absolutely, it's just exactly perfect for me. So thank God for finally giving me that little dream come true. You know, people are like the unicorn of like the campfire marshmallow tin. This was my unicorn. I finally found it. You know, I finally got one and could afford it, and it's mine now. And then the last thing is this. Look at this old metal chair. It reminds me of something my grandmother had, except hers was red with the vinyl and the chrome. And I know it's got dents in it and it's rusty, crusty, and beat up, but I absolutely love it. So, yeah. So that was my last treasure I found. So let's do a verse and then we'll do a little bit of decorate with me. So here's our little picture, little postcard. And then it says, God is greater than our heart and knows all things. 1 John 3:20. And isn't that so cool that he's greater than our heart and knows all things? I mean, just like him knowing that I really wanted an Ironstone, but my style is detail and pattern and ornate. And so he knew he had to find the right exact one for me to find. But that's just that he knows all things. And maybe it's not an Ironstone. Maybe it's you're looking for a health outcome, or maybe you're looking for a job or a home or a significant other. You know, you're looking, but he knows our hearts and he's above our hearts, which means to me, when I think above, that means he's higher, greater, bigger, larger than. So no matter what that dream is that we shelter and keep to ourselves, and maybe we don't even share it with anybody, he knows. He knows what that dream is. He knows what that desire is. And he knows what's best. And sometimes what we think is best is actually harmful. Or maybe it's only second best, and he's got something better. So just know that he knows all things and that he knows your heart. So, well, anyway, let's get some stuff decorated, okay? Somebody wants outside, but she's already been in and out. I think it's more about she just wants it open than wanting to be out here. Because then as soon as she's been out here a few minutes, she'll come back in. Silly cat. So this is one of my recent things is I found this on eBay, this mailbox. And this was totally the vision I had for it. Love my little fork I got with Haley at Miss Minnie's. But I knew I wanted to put faux plants in it and then hang stuff from it. And I recently got the colander, and Aunt Penny suggested putting a bird's nest in it. So I couldn't find an actual nest, so this was my creation. And then added these, the Rusty Crusties from Miss Minnie's Rusty Bucket, and a broom I had. And then up here, there is my rake head and the new watering can. I already had the enamel, and those scissors, I use them all the time for cutting my herbs and stuff. But I'm gonna see if I can stand back so you can see. This is on our patio. And speaking of patio, there she is. I might be nice and open it for a smidge for her. But anyway, and it looks like we're about to have some pollen season. No, I'm not ready to do it. But my goal is I want to find a baker's rack to put over there and kind of decorate and hide some things. We have these faux pots that Darren had by the studio that he doesn't want. So if I can find some cool containers, I'll just stick them out here somewhere. Because I have to have fake ones since Lexi eats things. So there's my rusty can from our pail from Miss Minnie's. And then there's my other watering can I got recently. And then over here is the rusty shovel. I'm not sure if it will live there, if anyone has some ideas, but for right now, that's where it is. But anyway, this is our patio. When it's nice, it's great to be out here. So it's kind of gloomy today, but as you can see, I'm trying to collect more. So there we go. Add another one to the pile. Okay, we did some rearranging and found the place for the hen right here. So I can enjoy it all the time. Love it. Did you hear that? That's somebody that wants outside. I already opened the door for her once and she just sat there and wouldn't go out. She just wants it left open so she can go in and out and in and out. But it's a little cooler today and I don't want to. Lexi, am I talking about you? Key. Yeah. I opened the door, but you didn't go out. I'm not leaving it open. It's chilly. I know. I know, you poor thing. You never get anything good, do you? I know. Yep. And I wanted to find some place special to put the Ironstone. So it's up there where it's not blocked, where I can see it. And I love it. Well, thank you, friends, for coming and for thrifting with me. And I hope you have a wonderful week. And just remember, I love you and I so appreciate you coming to visit. You're always welcome in my home. And I love all the friends that I make through this channel. That I don't think of you all as subscribers, but you're just my friends. And I so appreciate that. And more than anything, Jesus loves you. Bye for now.